houses are rent houses in North Tulsa, and the reason that we're here is we're getting ready to start work on it. We're going to do renovation, so we're determining our scope of work. So when you go through and watch this video, you're going to see us looking and pointing out things and what we're going to do, changes we're going to make, and things we're going to keep. We're going to have to put a roof on it. We're going to have to rewire it, but this place is going to have unique challenges with the rewire because of the plaster and the sheath. We don't want to take out that plaster because it's damn near concrete. So we're going to have to be creative, and we're going to rewire and replumb from the basement. Now, this place has a really cool basement, but the basement also is kind of collapsing, so we have to redistribute the load downstairs to make sure that to ensure any further damage. So anyhow, what we hope that you get from this video and some of the other videos is an idea of what us as construction doing remodels on a regular basis are looking for in houses when we walk in, and see what changes we need to make, what things we can keep, and ultimately figure out what it's going to cost us to come in here and renovate these things. In essence, this theory, I mean, this 2x4 obviously isn't doing the job, but yeah, so we come in. You say 2.6, 2.8, 2.8, or actually 4.8, 4.4, 6.
Anyway, 4x6s come through here, and then what I would do is I would use a laminated beam, and I would come through from that end, and at the very least, maybe take out a couple of these block to where that beam, maybe even 3 of these block to where that beam is 14 inches,
right?
And then run a beam from there to there. Huh?
Well, look at it from over here. Right, this is the seal plate, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
Yeah, it's not on the wall. That's
It's different.
So yeah, what you have to do is you come in here, you take this off, and what we do is we put another board, screw it in, nail it in, whatever you want to call it, into this board here, make that a double, and then put a double laminated beam underneath that, and kind of jack it up just like maybe 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch. Take the pressure off of all of that, and then you could run that straight through here, and like say either have 6x6 here, maybe I don't know, maybe right here another 6x6, and then on that side a 6x6, and then in that corner, and then in this corner what I would do is basically the same thing. I mean, this is all sitting on top of there.
Yeah.
So I would come inside of this, because this is where the original where the 6x6 would be coming this way. Then I'd put a 6x6 inside of that and go this way and do the same thing.
Right.
Laminated beam, jack it up just enough to take the pressure off of this the way this is bowing. And that's what I would suggest. But like we just discussed, we take all of this off and we can do all of the electrical work from underneath.
Oh yeah.
And we don't have to mess with the, you're gonna get crap all over you. I know.
Boys are gonna love us when we do this job.
Well, therein lies your problem, is this is the front of the house, and then you have that porch that's on the outside of this.
Yeah.
The porch goes out from here, so anything but that center wall that's in there, we can take that out. You know what I mean? We can take.
Mine gets hot as crap.
Yeah, and it's starting.
But so anyway, I mean, basically we could come inside here, Mark, and we could put this wall in here, and once we put this wall in here, we could then put 2x4s in between it, and we could actually frame this in. This could be another room.
Yeah, it could.
I mean, it could be, hell, it could be a man cave, whatever you want to call it.
I mean, it could be without framing anything else in. I mean, we got 3 separate rooms.
Well, yeah, but I mean, but see that the laundry and everything is over here, but you can't really, I mean, we'd have to, I don't know.
I got one last concern over here.
What?
I'm game for the 2x6 reload, take a load off, a seal plate, redo all this. What I'm not convinced is that seal plate pressure of the house has anything to do on this wall, and it's being pushed in from the other pushed in, it's not coming off the plate, taking the load off of the wall isn't going to
But
I know we're not going to fix any of this, but prevent any further.
Well, yeah, if you take the load off the wall, then it's not gonna,
I don't think the load's on the wall. I guess it's partially on the wall, but the way the seal plate sits.
but that seal plate is on top of this.
Okay, all right. You win.
I mean, no, I mean, we can cut it open and see, I mean, but move, please.
Please. That's better than last time.
Appreciate the please too. That's
You see, that goes back and sits on top of there. See how that runs back there?
sure does. Follows it all the way. Yeah.
Yeah, so it runs back there. So yeah, see, these run further back. These are just,
Those are doubled or tripled. Oh, okay.
those are just spacers.
They sit-
So this, see how far it goes back in there? So it is sitting on this wall. So if we came in here and pumped that up, yep, once again, construction manager's correct. So,
Correct, construction manager's correct. Okay, work on my lane. So, I guess brief recap on this. This house is about 100 years old. We need to rewire it. Once you go upstairs and you can look at the wiring, you'll understand why. The problem is, being 100 years old, is plaster and sheath. And if you've ever tried to bust plaster and sheath, it is pretty much concrete. So trying to rewire the house in the normal way, which would be to go inside the walls, inside the 2x4s, is going to be problematic because we basically have to get the house to do it. So we came down here to make sure it was feasible to run new wires underneath. So we take all this stuff and we run all the wiring down here and then go up. That way we're not having to destroy the house completely to do the rewire. Does that make any sense? Okay, cool.
yeah, tearing plaster out.
I'm never going to get over Lansing.
No, Lansing was ugly. And then here, we really don't have to do anything, but
Amazingly, the plumbing looks good. This fucking heater is running.
Yeah.
It was inspected in 2001, so it's only 23 years old. So that's a plus. It's actually running. That's even more. Okay. Laundry room. Man, I like the sink. I really do. Extra hot water tank. The kicks.
Oh, that's lovely.
Tony's over here.
Yeah. Right on.
so, I mean, like Mark said, I mean, we can either do something with that in there, or it's just a storage facility. I mean, but we have to go in there.
I don't think we can count it as livable square footage. I mean, we
No.
can make it habitable,
But you could
but
market it. Market the space.
Because if you came in here and you kind of squared this off and enclosed this, then you just have that that goes in, and it's like a, like I said a while ago, a man cave, a den, a game room,
Cold meeting area.
something like the cold meeting
yeah,
area.
if we were flipping the house, I would absolutely be for that. But as a rental, I don't see bringing enough increased rent to justify the cost.
Sure. I've gathered that.
Oh, just for these stairs are definitely not coated. No, not with plaster.
Well, and what value would it add?
None.
Simply knocking this wall down. You're not doing anything.
No,
You're just making that
if it
bigger.
was drywall, sure,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Right.
But I don't want to mess with any more plaster than I have to.
Well, taking a wall out of plaster is a hell of a lot easier than trying to go into plaster, run lines, and then fix plaster. There is a difference. So, but I mean, if you don't want to mess with the outline, I mean, this is. I just didn't know if you wanted a bigger space. But if you don't, you don't. Because I mean, you can come in here with, I mean, literally with a Sawzall, you can cut this out. Yes, it's plaster, but then you put the vent in the floor.
Right.
You know, all these vents that are in the walls like this, you can either leave them like that, or if we mess with the wall that one of them's on, we just turn it flat and put a vent coming up just like we do in slab houses. But you still have the question of what you're going to do here.
And then, I mean, I guess
I mean, if you're wanting to spend as little money as possible, then you don't touch any of it.
don't touch any of it.
Okay.
I this is one of the rent houses. This is one of the Kapari deals. We were over budget going into it, so we need a roof. We need rewire. HVAC seems to be fine. The front porch needs to be a front porch. Obviously, these windows got to go.
Well, the windows come out and you just sheetrock in there and you fix it. All right. So then, what are you going to do over here? I mean, are you going to leave?
This is part of the front porch.
I understand, but what they've done is they've come in here. So are you going to take these windows out and then just leave this open? I mean, because then this comes out.
Yeah, take the windows out, open this up, take the walls out, and just get rid of that crap.
Frame this in.
Yeah, frame in that door. Has a nice big front porch, which is what it was originally meant to.
Or do you want to have a door from this bedroom out onto the porch right here?
Yeah, it was 3 feet from the front door.
Yeah.
Well,
In nicer places, it would be a nice bonus. In North Tulsa, it's an extra entry point.
okay.
Personal opinion.
Well,
You're mitigating loss. Shutting the door off.
I mean, you put a steel door there. I don't know if it makes much of a difference. It's just literally 3 feet from the front door,
Right.
Maybe 5 feet. And it's not like this is like a huge new actual real master. It's
Right.
just one of the bedrooms.
Right.
It's not a master bedroom, actually.
If it was a master, I'd say leave it. But
If it was a master, but this is also a porch. I mean, this isn't part of the extra.
Right.
No, is it too big? I don't see any way of making that front space function.
that was our biggest concern, was that out of all of this, this is going to be, when you said, I mean, when it's all said and done, this is going to be a 2-bedroom, 1 bath.
The biggest appeal that we have here is we're so close to downtown.
You're right. That's it. Just two.
That's it.
A lot more space than 2 bedrooms. But the porch doesn't count. Take that space away. The basement doesn't count. Take that space away.
I mean, this is not, and that's why I was asking about this, because this is not, this is not a great big living room when you think about it. It's
Only one. Okay, good. We only got 1 bug.
but
See, that you see, that's big.
Oh, I know. That's the key. Right there. Oh, they just had something up there.
yeah, you take that.
Picture frame or something that water got underneath.
The
Okay.
piece.
Porch, front porch is the front porch.
Okay. Take out the windows, replace the windows.
Replace the windows, put on a roof, rewire from below. I say that we do the walls for the walls. I say we leave the HVAC and service it. We already said change out the windows. How do we feel about the tile? And the kitchen cabinets. Oh, lesson number 1, don't ever open a refrigerator. Like, you don't know what's in there, how long it's been there, and how dead it is. Yeah, really, that's original. You don't see that stuff anymore.
No, that's what I'm looking at. It's only got a couple 100 years worth of grease underneath it.
It's electric too. Imagine when it was gas.
Right.
Now, after all that, they have an aftermarket hole in there.
Sorry. Flooring seems fine. I don't see
How
cracks.
thick is this tile?
How what?
Look at
Thick?
the lip.
Yeah, I still have noticed. Well, they did have carpet in there.
Still. There's a lot of lift.
Well, and it's all rooms have that same lift, about an inch, inch and a half.
Yeah, I wonder how many layers is in that kitchen.
There's a couple of these. You can see
Yeah.
there's tile, and then there's thin set, and then there's tile.
So there's tile on top of tile.
There's tile on top of tile.
Wonder what the floor looks like underneath it.
We get it away. Okay, so back to how do we feel about the tile on the tile?
I mean, if you want to tile like it is, I'm comfortable with going over it with a laminate. I'm not crazy about, well, the tile, we can't because the tile's busted over here, you're not gonna pass inspections.
Yeah.
This over here, you're not gonna pass this.
Right.
Okay.
It's busted there, you're not gonna pass there, so trying to replace pieces that match without it just looking like
Pass.
crap, it's easier just to, I mean, because once we fix the roof and we do things in here, what we can actually come in here and do is go over, I mean, I'm not real sure that you wanna stay with hardwood. I mean, this in here ain't gonna fly because it's already bowed, and from where it got wet, it's cupping. So we're gonna have to do something in here, so if we come in here and we just, even if we just put like a 1/4-inch piece of plywood down on it and then go over it with laminate, it's gonna be much faster than trying to fix this, sand this, get rid of the stains, restain
No,
it.
I'm not. I'm out. Just go over it. I mean, it is a bedroom. It could be carpet.
Those are going away.
Okay.
We'd have to replace we'll replace those.
Replace the kitchen cabinet. So just get the kitchen. Just get the kitchen. Okay.
I would,
Ooh, spice rack.
Yeah.
I would probably,
Any guesses? Is it the phone or is it
Yeah.
the doorbell?
that might be the door.
Above it is the.
I know.
Well, that's a good point. Yeah. Where would the phone have been?
I'm gonna
Oh,
guess.
yeah, right there, yeah. So that's probably the phone. Probably right.
You don't see every day.
No.
Because we could probably put the refrigerator right there.
Really gonna miss the bin hood.
This could be just a nook for like a kitchen table.
Right.
Or something like that.
Right.
And do that, but I mean, you put that refrigerator here, have the sink beside it, have some kitchen cabinets over there, kitchen cabinets there. We could put one up here to go above the refrigerator if we move it here. Then over here, you could take this out and either not do anything here, which would be my play.
I would go with nothing there because I've run into it. And
Yeah.
You just about ran into it.
And then here, I would do basically what we got here is I would put a 12-inch, have the stove, have another 12-inch cabinet, another 12-inch cabinet, have one 12 by 30 that goes over the range, and that gives you plenty of kitchen cabinets for in here. Because you'll have these that are over here,
Yep.
the ones that are above it. Like I say, you'll have one that's above the refrigerator, and then these, and above, that's plenty of kitchen cabinets. Plus you have your little nook there that they could do things in. Then there's always, out here, there's another, I mean, we could put a bigger set of cabinets.
Just right along that wall.
Yeah, right around here.
Call
So-
that your
Yeah,
pantry.
your pantry,
Right.
yeah. Just step out here and get into the pantry.
Do you ever put a dishwasher in?
Not in a rental.
Okay.
Ones that we're
That'd be
selling,
the
we do
spot.
because they just destroy them.
Right.
They have, I mean, I always used to try to put them in there, and Mark was always against it, and I learned the hard way. You put them in, it doesn't matter. They tear them up as fast as you can put them in.
Right. Okay.
They just have no respect for it.
Right.
So, therefore, they can wash their dishes. I'm just being honest. I mean, if they didn't tear it up, that's one thing, but and plus that sink's off center,
Yep.
so it's got to come over.
Yep.
So it gives you more room for the refrigerator. So yeah, everything will fit fine. Everything will be good. We can make it all look nice, neat, and pretty. Okay, so probably the first thing we need to do is a roof. Okay.
Roof and demo.
Well, I mean,
There's not a lot of demo.
not a lot of demo, but we need to get the roof. But we need to get the roof done before we start trying to. And I mean, are you going to leave this, or are we covering this up?
I mean, it has a certain charm to it.
Seriously?
No. Being facetious.
Okay. Yeah, I shouldn't say.
I mean, it does have a certain charm to it. I just don't know if it's the charm that we're looking for.
It is
90 years old.
That too.
I mean, ironically, it's not cheaper. They did it as an aesthetic. This was a upgrade.
That's true.
Back when. Now, yeah, it's cheap because our generation. I mean, this shit's been there forever, so it's not really pretty anymore. But when they did it, it was an upgrade. That's not original. That was somebody wanted that. That's a pretty tall ceiling. Can you reach those panels?
It's 8 foot, maybe just a tad over 8 foot.
Yeah, a little more.
It's a little more.
Maybe 8, 4.
Okay. Got bathroom, I assume? Talk about that. We put in fiberglass.
Well, I mean, it'll be easy because we'll do everything from the bottom. Put in, we'll change this around.
Put in a fart fan and get rid of the window.
Yeah. But we'll move all this around, put the
Attic
vanity.
access.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I really like the old doors, but I don't know if it's worth. I at least want the doorknob in my on my desk or something. Put it on the bookshelf for looks. We don't keep it.
We ain't keeping it.
Okay.
This door will go away. This will just be a walkthrough. There's no reason for that door to be there.
You know how much they paid for these damn upgrades? Sorry,
Back in the day,
I can't say that.
$4.95.
$4.95. You're probably right. Yeah.
90 years ago.
Yeah.
That's a heck of a.
Now you try to go buy a knob like that, and it's probably $35.
Yeah.
That's actually cheaper than I thought it would be.
They may be more. I mean, I'm just guessing. Those clear knobs like that, I don't know. All right, but yeah, we'll gut the bathroom, redo it, put the fan up there, hook it all up into this electrical circuit here, get all this, get rid of the window, put in all this. This will be nice and new. I don't know of anywhere else that we can put another bathroom. I just don't see it.
No, we don't have any. It's not.
And I'm not real sure that we need it if we only have 2 bedrooms. 2 bedrooms, 1 bath.
No,
If we agree that this is going to just stay.
Yeah, I've got the kitchen, the bathroom, the porch.
Got it.
Come from underneath.
It's just
Do our normal remodel scheme. We have a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house with a nice basement and a front porch.
Would a second bath have that much value?
It would, but there's nowhere to put it, and it wouldn't be functional.
Right.
And they
the
wouldn't-
only way to put it. Only place to put it would be up front there, but then you have to go through all that concrete slab that's on that porch, bust all of that out, then put all the plumbing in, hook it into this plumbing
Right.
over
Okay,
here,
to
and
rephrase that, it would cost more than the value that it would bring.
Thanks.
So yes, but no.
That's about
I mean, because of the architecture of this house and the way that the structure was built, because they built them different back then, it really limits on the changes that we can make and what we can do in here. Like we're pretty much bound to this floor plan or a complete gut and redo, but we don't really have the square footage to justify the take gut and redo. So, and if we were flipping this house, I may have a different opinion, but based on this is a rent house, just this even there's some historic charm that I really hate to get rid of, and this is one of those fine lines that you run into between renovation and restoration.
Right.
Restoration is much more time consuming and expensive, but it's preserving and it's pretty. We do renovation. We do remodels. Like we come and tear shit up. We put new shit in. Like we're moving on. Like so. I mean, sadly, we're going to lose some of the old charm here. But you know what? It's going to be more functional and more modern. So it's going to look better. It's just going to not be exactly the same. Probably will keep those just because. We might change it. I don't fucking know. I like them. I like the old shit.
What do you think you're gonna rate?
Huh?
Let's start with that.
Section 8 will pay $903 for a 2-bedroom house, but being downtown proximity and thinking we could probably push I'm thinking 1,000, 1,200. I mean, we might get lucky. Here's the thing. Rents have gone up so dramatically in the last couple of years that my old school landlord Section 8 brain is having trouble computing the new calculation of what people will pay for rent. Like, in my mind, like this was rented for $650. Like that, we could get 900 out of this based on our normal model, based on our normal 2-bedroom, 1-bath house, and doing housing or vouchers or whatever it is that we do. But being a nice remodeled 2-bedroom, 1-bath house a mile from downtown, I think we can push 1,200. We're gonna try. And that may even be too low. I mean, I really don't. This area is so, what's the word I'm looking for? I mean, it's unique, and it's kind of a pocket, because I mean, you have downtown right there. You go up the hill, because we're on the bottom of Reservoir Hill. You go up the hill and you have $1 million houses. You go that way, you have $10,000 houses. I mean, actually, they're probably $40,000 houses by today's standards, but we used to buy them for 10. But so you're in that transition. You're in the middle between the rich and the not rich, and it's kind of a funky little pocket. So now that we walked through the house and you've seen some of the quirkiness and some of the history here, so I mean, some of these things are really cool and we hate to lose, but at the same time, they're not practical, and they don't really mesh with what we, today's codes and the standards and the uniformity, the look of what we're going for in our rentals and our remodels. Like we use the same base template for all of our houses. I mean, each house is a little bit different because they have their unique characteristics, but they're all essentially the same because we use the same colors, we use the same floors, we buy in bulk. That's one of the reasons that we're able to, we use our volume discounts to make things more affordable for us to do. So at the end of the day, this house will be unique in itself because we kept it a 2-bedroom, 1-bath because we almost always add square footage in bedrooms and bathrooms. In this case, it's not practical. We could make some really fancy things here, but it's going to cost more money than we'll ever get back on the appraisal. So we have to really maintain in the shell that we're working with. Hope that helps.